Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday morning, the 4th of December. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather very mild, a little showery over the next 24 to 36 hours. But again, it's very cold up north, and that is the great air mass we're watching with interest. Let's check some of the Skycam shots early this morning. These were captured at the insane hour of 5 a.m. Who would be awake at that hour? That's a look at downtown Tuscaloosa. Had their big Christmas parade last night. Look at downtown Gadsden. They had their Christmas parade last night, and I think everybody enjoyed that weather. It was just great. And there's a look at downtown Clanton down in Chilton County, where I think they'll be lighting their Christmas tree down there a little later this week. Water vapor satellite view got a wave over Texas and Oklahoma, and that'll be moving our way. You can see that in the 500 millibar chart this morning. Not an especially deep wave, no major dynamic support, but it should squeeze out a few showers. Look at those numbers this morning. Up in Muscle Shoals, 64. Memphis at 67. I mean, that's like, 10 degrees above the average high for today. And those were taken at 5 o'clock this morning. But around the nation, of course, the interest is up on that brutally cold air that's over much of western Canada and Alaska. And the question is, when will that get down in here? There's a look at the Alaskan numbers this morning. As cold as 43 below zero. They're just not warming up. They've not warmed up in a long time. November was brutally cold for them. And again, evidence of a pattern change at mid-month that could bring some of that down into the continental United States. And I think most people in this business do believe it will be sharply colder. And yes, old man winter will arrive maybe before Christmas. And we'll talk about that as we go. Watch warning map. It is so quiet around the nation, which is a blessing. And this is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. And the numbers have come up a little bit, showing really about 1 inch for much of the state. And again, I'm not so sure we see that much, but we'll discuss that as we go through this. We'll kind of go through the modeling day by day. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System, valid at, 12 noon today. And you can clearly see the energy off to the west. And down below that, there could be a little rain over West Alabama today. The GFS is suggesting that. East Alabama dry, maybe a few showers near the Mississippi border. In fact, we've even seen some on radar this morning. So for those of you in West Alabama, you might see a raindrop or two during the day today. The better chance should come tonight, but even then, you can see the better rain still a bit north and west of the state. This is midnight tonight. And then at noon tomorrow, the surface boundary just kind of loses its identity. I mean, there's just not going to be a lot of cooling behind this at all as the front washes out. And you can see why the GFS is not really suggesting heavy rain amounts, but I thought I'd check the NAM, and it's more aggressive. This is the expected rain through midweek, and it's the colors of blue in there. That's between 0.4 of an inch and 1 inch. And even a few 1 inch amounts showing up over Mississippi. So, we'll see. The moisture levels are clearly coming up, but there's just not a lot of dynamic support. I don't know if we can get that much. But whatever, a chance of showers for West Alabama today, then the rest of the state tonight into tomorrow. We'll go to Thursday, and Thursday will be a day where, I think it will be dry, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. We'll kind of keep an eye on that wedge-looking formation. You can see some evidence of the wedge coming down from the east. That's colder air draining down the Appalachians from the northeast where it's cold. It might affect East Alabama, where temperatures might drop into the low 60s, but most of the guidance is showing upper 60s. That keeps the wedge east of here. So for now, we will discount the wedge and forecast a pretty mild day. In fact, the GFS is at 69. I mean, it just doesn't change much. There's Friday, and the GFS is showing 67. And again, evidence of the wedge east of the state. And really, there's some low-level moisture both Thursday and Friday. And I guess there could be a sprinkle or maybe a shower somewhere on those days, but without much support, we're going to leave, rain out for now. But clearly, we're not going to have a big shot of, cool, dry air coming in here. The air is going to be kind of moist and mild. And there's Saturday as we kick off the weekend, another surface boundary north of the state. But it's the same deal. It's kind of like, Thursday and Friday. There's a little moisture here, but there's no dynamic support for rain. So while somebody somewhere over North Alabama might see a shower, I don't think it rains much. And again, we are very mild. A good chance we'll see low 70s. And the same thing Sunday. I think Sunday will be dry. Cold front stalling out north and west of here with a chance of showers around Memphis and Little Rock. But again, here, low 70s. Chance of rain looks very small. All right, now, next week, this is Monday. We got a pretty dynamic trough coming in down to the west, and down below that, with a pretty moist air mass in place and a lot of cold air coming down the pike. We'll have to watch for some strong storms. And this is Tuesday of next week. The GFS with a sub-1,000 millibar low southwest of Indianapolis with a batch of storms that would be blowing in here maybe Tuesday night of next week. Let's check the European, and you can see that cold front coming in. This is Tuesday evening. And while, the Midwest turns sharply colder, not so sure we get into a, really big-time cold air mass with that. But clearly, once the storms pass, we could see a sharp change to cooler weather, maybe colder weather by the middle part of next week. So, and again, it's too early to make the call, but we'll be watching carefully to see if we have any severe weather maybe in the Monday night, Tuesday night time frame of next week, and then a sharp change to colder weather. And this back of the surface, this is the GFS valid on Wednesday, 12/12/12. And you can see how the thickness values are not that low in the wake of the departing system. I think we'll have to wait deeper into December to see maybe a crack at that really cold air getting down in here. In fact, let's look at this. This is December the 19th. Now, on this run, the amplitude is not great. And this run keeps the really cold air north of here. In fact, this got us in a rain event on the 19th, but most of the other operational runs have shown a deep trough and a big surge of cold air. And I think that is the right solution based on the depth of the cold air to the north. So, these operational runs will change from, every time we look at it, but I still think there is a high chance we see a sharp change to colder weather out there in the December 15th through 22nd time frame. We'll see. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. And don't forget to watch us on ABC 3340 News this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10 on the live stream or the television side. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Be sure to catch the next episode of Just Talking It Up on iTunes, Stitcher, your favorite podcast app, or on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
Hey, you forgot our names.
No.
You did. You forgot our names.
Don't be silly. I'm Janet, you're Crash, see?
She's just like a goose. She wakes up in a new world every day.